An attorney who supports XRP-RIP's SEC appeal anticipates a significant victory for Ripple. In its ongoing lawsuit against Ripple, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has filed an appeal. The petition contests a July 2023 court ruling that partially refused to dismiss some of the claims. Attorney Jeremy Hogan clarified in his explanation of the appeal that the Securities and Exchange Commission is only contesting one specific decision, namely that the XRP that was made available to private investors on exchanges was not considered a security. The SEC does not dispute the accuracy of the judgment that no investors were affected. Hogan claims that a large amount of the SEC's brief is merely a repetition of the lower court's earlier rulings. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has asked the appeal court to rule that it is not required to demonstrate that purchasers of XRP were aware of Ripple's attempts to raise the price of XRP. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, supports its position with 3 prior cases. Hogan, however, argues that the SEC's viewpoint is not genuinely supported by these cases. Hogan believes Ripple will provide a strong rebuttal to the SEC's argument in its response. Hogan asserts that in order for the SEC to make it work, it must combine remarks from different parts of the case, and even then, they do not align well with Ripple's situation. The SEC has the strongest case for support in the Aquasonic case. Hogan also finds it surprising that the Securities and Exchange Commission did not address testimony from XRP customers who were not aware of Ripple's actions. This is especially true in light of the hundreds of affidavits that lawyer John Deaton presented. It is possible that the SEC's failure to deny this information will ultimately hurt their case. They would have to prove that customers were aware of Ripple's promotional activities, which would be a challenging and time-consuming task for them to complete if the appeal is granted and the court decides to uphold the retail rule. Additionally, this appeal might provide Ripple the chance to present new arguments about the nature of an investment contract, which could strengthen their case. The United States Federal Reserve's announcement of XRP's deployment recently made headlines. Senior Vice President David Andela of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Branch has been alerted to the potential integration of Ripple for payment processing. In view of net significant reliance on XRP for these transactions, the Fed may designate an independent entity such as Ripple to manage settlements, to paraphrase David Annaly. In the event that this occurs, XRP's value may soar to $10,000. It's also important to note, Mark, that the Federal Reserve's decision is not shocking. About a month has passed since the Federal Reserve formally acknowledged the potential contribution of XRP and XLM to enhancing the blockchain component of their FedNow payment service. Currently in the spotlight is Ripple, a business renowned for its innovative cross-border payment solutions and open-source financial transaction platform. The integration of Ripple's technology into the FedNow payment service is anticipated to drive XRP's value to all-time highs. Greetings, Moneyside family members. You may trust us with any and all XRP issues. Please give me a solid like before we start, subscribe, and turn on notifications to join our community. We'll be holding a huge XRP giveaway after we get 600 subscribers. You just need to take these 3 actions if you want a chance to win. Simply write a Yabo Money side comment to secure your spot. The subject of our discussion today will be Ripple's collaboration with the Federal Reserve. Ripple is recognized as a significant actor in collaboration with the Federal Reserve for payment solutions in the first section of the report, The U.S. Path to Faster Payments, as previously announced on the Federal Reserve government website. The study emphasizes Ripple's ability to facilitate real-time international payments, which often take 2 to 4 days with minimal tracking and pricing transparency. Ripple is revolutionary in terms of speedy settlement and complete openness about fees and payment status. Later on, we learn that Ripple and the Fed have extended their collaboration to include domestic payments. Take a moment to read this text. There is a wealth of evidence to support it. Major financial institutions such as the Fed, the Bank of England, and the Saudi Arabian, the reports. Mention of Ripple Labs' payment processing innovation, particularly its emphasis on offering a free worldwide real-time settlement infrastructure, is an interesting aspect. This implies that the Federal Reserve is already preparing to embrace and use Ripple's revolutionary peer-to-peer settlement architecture, which is poised to replace existing fund transfer platforms. The Ripple logo was prominently shown during a Federal Reserve article on Fox News about looking into a digital currency just over a year ago, indicating that there were early indications of this development. Ripple has been covertly integrated into the functioning of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, and the Federal Reserve Board. Businesses on the list of partners have expressed interest in Ripple's technology, which enables them to learn more about the intriguing world of global banking. It should come as no surprise that the Bank of International Settlements, or BIS, manages a sizable portion of global wealth. There is a lot to explore here for those who are interested in the specifics, and everything is connected. But that's only the beginning of it. According to a Department of the Interior statement citing Frederick Schur Board of Governors Senior Counsel Jess Chan, Ripple is spearheading this effort. It looks like XRP will be adopted by the EU's BRICS. Intriguingly, since early March, the Fed has been talking with a number of partners about possible bank losses brought on by pressures on real estate and rising interest rates. Many of you may be surprised by what I'm going to disclose. The European Union has gone so far as to declare that XRP will serve as the foundation for the new digital euro that would manage wealth transfers. This move ensures Russia's continued participation in the international banking industry by utilizing the decentralized nature of the XRP ledger. As we look to India, we learn that Ripple is spearheading yet another significant revolution. We find out that the Ripple project is committing to building a public chain based on Ripple initiative that will help the nation's ambitious digital rupee initiative. This initiative marks an important turning point in India's quest for a full GL. The technology created by Ripple Labs is the foundation of worldwide CBDC.